Hi guys, welcome back to Elder Scrolls Online. Today we're doing Auridon, so we're not doing the Thieves Guild today. We'll do it tomorrow. Oh, that's a nice one. In Somerset, I have it.
Okay, so the present, first of all, let's talk about jury selection. This is an area where Manhattan, roughly 84-85% of the vote last time around voted for President Biden. How tough is it going to be to get a jury you think can be neutral?
I think that's a really important
What's this?
At the end of the day, what we're talking about here is a show trial.
Oh, I have it.
Week-long media extravaganza in the media capital of the world, where the only realistic consequence
Probably a long time ago I scored them.
is frankly a talking point for the Biden campaign. Jury selection is going to be difficult. I have a lot of faith in our team up there that they're going to be able to get the best possible jury. But I think it's really important to note that the fact that this case is being brought at the height of election season makes the process of picking a jury even more difficult. Makes the possibility of having a biased jury even more likely, and that's a real problem.
Well, the president a couple of days ago said he'd be okay taking a stand. There are those out there who say one day said he was not kind of bet not to do it. Michael Cohen, who is also a is skeptical of President Biden, could he said
the likelihood of Donald Trump being on the stand.
I knew I had that.
To the likelihood of me waking up tomorrow 7'6" and playing center for the New York Knicks. It's not going to happen. The one thing that, every time Donald opens his mouth, they know that something non-truthful is coming out of it. We also know that he's not a good defendant. He's not a good witness.
He has to get frustrated with judges, with attorneys, and he's getting kind of ugly at times. This is different than a campaign stop or a press conference. I mean, it's not could he take the stand?
Okay.
I think that's going to be a decision.
The Harbridge. Yes, the Harbridge.
How the trial progresses. I would say that I think if he does take the stand, President Trump will be
Okay.
he did nothing wrong here. The truth is absolutely on his side. So that's a decision that's going to have to be made down the road. But one way or the other, I have full confidence in both President Trump and the team that he has around him.
How worried are you about Michael Cohen? Because he says, people are going to be surprised by some of what they're going to hear. He says he's not alleged to this whole thing. In fact, Lenny Davis, who's been a legal advisor to him, says this. The case against Trump involves multiple witnesses besides one to corroborate the crime of paying illegal hush money under New York law, as well as federal law. That could find multiple witnesses, documents, text messages, telephone call records, and you guys clearly read about the law, but he says it's not a machine. They're all
God, you are safe. Good fortune did not abandon us entirely.
The wildly unconstitutional gag order as
Despite many days of meditating and scrying, Sai-Sahan's whereabouts still elude me. The projection that you witnessed in the Foundry of Woe showed him to be in great peril. If we are to find him, I will need your help, Vestige.
And I think ultimately the jury is going to have to weigh the credibility of the various
Though
witnesses.
Sai remains hidden from my sight, Lyra springs news that an agent of the enemy lurks in Volkogard. Fear is on the lips of the people, darkness walks among them. Even a blind man can sense it. It is the hand of Menamarca. If it is truly an agent of Menamarca's worm cult, it may provide us with a clue that will hasten our search. Seek this agent, but tread carefully. The worm cult is a cult of necromancy, and the undead are fearsome opponents.
Through this weird legal alchemical process,
Venture to Volkogard, speak to the fisher, Media, and the jungler Deirinor. It was on their lips that Lyris first heard the troubles lurking in the shadows. Locate this agent of evil. Return with any personal effects they carry with them.
and I expect that will play out in court in the coming weeks.
Okay, and we're out of time, but I know that you're a part of the Supreme Court decision or cases can be argued on the community issue too. We'll have to talk about that.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. All right, up next, we're going to take you back live to Israel to get the very latest on the ground as the world awaits Israel's response to Iran's barrage of drones and missiles and then new warnings from Iran to both Israel and the U.S. Dad, what's your toenail?
Oh, God, I'm not sure.
It's a nail fungus infection.
Yeah, it's nothing really.
It's contagious. You can even spread it to other people. No, it won't go away on its own. It's an infection. You need a prescription.
Nail fungus is a contagious infection. Check your doctor, and that's what Jupiter is great for. Jupiter is a prescription medicine used to treat nail fungus. Its most common side effects include complications like redness, itching, swelling, burning, or stinging, blisters, and pain. Jupiter is recognized by the ADMA. Most commercially insured patients will pay little less than $1. Go to JuliaRx.com now to get started. My virus was the turbo tax.
Donalon's apprentice is no true baker.
This will ruin Chef Donalon for sure.
I guarantee.
Father trusted those sneaky, envious, silly excuses for bakers. Father warned me to be wary, but for them to swarm like vultures right after he set sail? Oh, to prepare our renowned Jubilee cakes for the new season, of course. Apologies. I'm Mog, apprentice to my father, the patron of pies himself, Chef Donalon. But thanks to those vultures, there may not be any cakes.
Is this a celebration thing? Yeah. Stay out of it for now.
Yes, I'm a CFP professional.
CFP professionals are committed to acting in your best interest. That's why it's gotta be a CFP. Find your CFP professional and let's get a plan.
Explore the world the Viking way. From the quiet comfort of elegant small ships with no children and no casinos. We actually have reinvented ocean voyages, designing all-inclusive experiences for the thinking person. Viking, voted world's best by both traveling leisure and Condé Nast Traveler. Learn more at Viking.com.
Prefix sets new look. The army I fought for is gone rogue, and it's time to fix that. Exposing problems in today's military. Now they're putting soldiers and America at risk. It will be instant change before it's too late. The war on warriors. We are now at boxnewsbooks.com.
What we now need is for calm heads to prevail. We'll be working with our allies to de-escalate the situation, and I look forward to speaking
Excellent.
to leaders.
Oh, excellent. I like these when I get the free shit.
Iran launching an unprecedented air attack against Israel. The U.S. military hoping to shoot down dozens of the hundreds of drones and missiles fired at the state. Watching foreign correspondent Trey Davis is live on the ground in Israel around the clock. He's got the very latest take right.
Gives you my fucking map.
We speak the Israeli War Cabinet is meeting, trying to determine if and how Israel will respond to this unprecedented Iranian attack overnight that included hundreds of drones and missiles. Just before the meeting began, War Cabinet member Benny Gantz, the former defense minister, released a statement saying that Israel was reviewing its options and wanted to build an international coalition to respond against Iran. He also said Israel reserved the right to respond at a time and place that best suits Israel. Right now, the Israeli people are bracing for the possibility of continued attacks from Iranian proxies across the region. Remember, they are still fighting the war inside Gaza.
I hope you're not expecting a performance. I had to sell off my equipment and instruments just to make ends meet. Times are tough, my friend. Funny you should ask. There was an odd-looking Imperial fellow in town a few days ago. He was asking about local burial grounds. Said he was trying to track down his great aunt's remains. Yeah, right. And I'm Queen Irene's Chamberlain. Take it easy. It was just a joke. I don't want any trouble. Listen, I saw that same Imperial with another thug down by the lighthouse. Real scary looking type. Skin as pale as a wraith.
Good Sunday morning, everyone. Thanks very much for joining us this morning. Welcome to Sunday Morning Futures. I'm Maria Bartiromo. Today, breaking news as the U.S. responds to Iran's aggression.
I was there.
Attack on Israel. Over 300 missiles and drones launched with Israel's Iron Dome, knocking down 99% of the attacks, intercepting them before they arrived in Israel. Coming up, the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, on the next steps in the House as lawmakers expect to vote on a new security package for Israel and Ukraine this week. The speakers here exclusively on Israel, Ukraine, and the U.S. border. Then, quarter national intelligence summary of the nation's global backdrop under President Joe Biden. Well, Senator Rand Paul is here on the response in the Senate. And the Republican cover-up, why 15 federal agencies were aware of 8 military research being done online in China. They were reportedly even spread across the world, killing billions.
It's a fine day, isn't it? The fish are biting and the water is soothing. This one thinks you're a bit strange, hmm? Kidding. I am thinking I did see an Imperial man lurking around by the lighthouse. Skittish prey. He thinks I do not see him, but this one has a keen eye. Very generous. The Imperial was very sneaky, but this one saw him slip inside the lighthouse with another man. Very thin and white, like a dead thing. They did not think Khajiit was watching, but this one has excellent peripheral vision.
The Pentagon says American military forces assisted in the defense of Israel, intercepting dozens of missiles and drones originating in Iran, Iraq, Syria, and Yemen. Iran claims the attack is in retaliation for a suspected Israeli airstrike nearly 2 weeks ago on an Iranian diplomatic building in Syria, which killed 2 top generals. Meanwhile, the assault coming just a month after President Biden signed off on renewing a waiver for Tehran, allowing the Ayatollah to continue to have access to $10 billion in frozen funds. Joining me right now with reaction to this Sunday Morning Futures exclusive is the Speaker of the House, Congressman Mike Johnson.
That's to go back to.
Hey, Maria, great to be with you as always.
How does this change your plans this week in terms of voting on an aid package?
Donovan's apprentice is no true baker.
Well, we've understood the urgency of this from the very beginning. I mean, a few days after I became Speaker, way back in October, we passed our Israel support package. It's been sitting on Chuck Schumer's desk ever since because we included a pay-for issue. Remember, one concept we took from the IRS expansion slush fund, pay for the Israel priority. We tried it again just about a month and a half ago, a clean Israel that many Democrats, 166 voted against. Why? Because President Joe Biden said that he would veto them. So the House Republicans and the Republican Party understand the necessity of standing with Israel. We're going to try again this week, and the details of that package are being put together right now. We're looking at the options of all these supplemental issues.
Well, the former president, President Trump, has talked about the possibility of turning aid for Ukraine into a loan. Is Is that what you're considering?
Yeah, I had a great visit with him at Mar-a-Lago on Friday, and he and I are 100% united on these big agenda items. And when you talk about aid to Ukraine, he's introduced the loan lease concept, which is a really important one. I think that's a high consensus, as well as these other ideas, the Repo Act, which we've discussed, which is seizing the assets of Russian oligarchs to help pay for this resistance. I think these are ideas that I think will get consensus, and that's what we've been working through. We'll send our package, we'll put something together and send it to the Senate and get these obligations complete.
Are you expecting the Biden administration to respond to Ruest's aggression?
We'll see what happens. Look, I do think that we showed resolve last night, thankfully. Many of us were concerned about that, to stand with our ally Israel. It's critically important to do that. We took down most of those drones and missiles, as you noted, and our other allies stepped up as well. What's important right now is they have to should not be dictated by their policy. Certainly should be doing what Chuck Schumer did, trying to suggest that you have an election at this critical time. They're fighting for their very existence, and it's never been more important for us to be there with them, and we're resolved with that.
This weekend, as you said, the President Trump, the former president, had a show of support for you and your agenda. Here's President Trump on Friday.
It's not an easy situation for any stakeholder. He's doing a very good job. He's doing about as good as you wanted to do, and I'm sure that Marjorie understands that.
And of course, he's referring to Marjorie Taylor Greene, who has threatened to.
You'll never leave this place alive. This had better be important. Wait a minute. Yes, your report, you insist. You contact me by accident.
The open borders Democrats control the Senate and the White House, obviously. So we've not been able to.
Well, out with it. I don't have all day. Your disguise is terrible, by the way. You like a character from a bad adventure novel.
Use its executive authority to seal that border. President Trump reiterated that demand at our press conference together on Friday. We need the White House to step up. In the meantime,
are they? I didn't think that Red Guard has-been had a single friend left. Not in this world, anyway. Never fear. Sai Sahan is safely locked away. Even if they were to discover his location, attempting a rescue would be suicide. Of course I do. But I'm not in the habit of revealing vital secrets to insipid lackeys. Now be gone. And if you contact me again without good reason, I shall contact your cell commander and have you properly thrashed for your ineptitude.
Well, that's the thing. He has Section 212 Act authority under federal law. He has 7 or 8 different options under federal law, existing authority to do, frankly, what President Trump did. President Trump got control of that border because he was a strong leader. So he's been demanding the White House in all of these negotiations. Do your job. Secure the border. Maria, you have no job. 9 million encounters officially at the southern border since Joe Biden took office. We've got 2 million gun with 340 plus suspects on the terrorism watch list. We have violent criminals coming in. The actual number, we believe, is probably 16 million illegals that come into this country, and they did it. It's unacceptable. They're talking to the House. We're talking party. President Trump and all of us are lockstep, united, fighting for border security. It's the number 1 priority for many people, because our own national security begins at the border. We're going to fight for it every single day.
Did you speak with President Trump privately about Marjorie Taylor Greene's history?
I spent hours with the president on Friday, and I frequently, many times, usually
And stuff. Ugh.
Everyone knows this is people are fed up here. People are fed up. President Biden's open borders with his inflation, the cost of living and the out-of-control spending, the weakness on the world stage, the weaponization of the government. We have to stop it. What we need to do right now, COVID. Our party needs to save the others. We need to go out.
You've returned. What have you found?
Not just what we're against, but what we're for. What our agenda is going to be and how we're going to
Abnathan shows his face again. I get the sense that he might have a larger part to play in the coming events, but for good or ill, I cannot say. Leave the orb with me. I shall be able to use it to locate Site Sahan.
Hold a moment. Come here. We need to talk. I heard you and the Prophet talking about Abnathan. Didn't the Prophet tell you the story of the 5 companions?
Yeah, President and I agree on the necessity.
I don't know where to start. There's so much to tell.
That's why we stopped terrorist plots in the U.S. soil. That's why we haven't had another 9/11.
We were chosen by Emperor Varen to join him on a quest to recover a lost artifact called the Amulet of Kings.
What we did was we changed the bill.
The 5 included Varen, myself, a red guard named Sai Sahan, Abner Tharn, and the traitor, Manamarco. You only know him as the man who killed you and stole your soul. Back then, he was Emperor Varen's most trusted advisor. It was Manamarco who convinced Varen to search for the Amulet of Kings. Varen wasn't a true Dragonborn Emperor. He didn't share Alessia's bloodline. Manamarco said the amulet could change all that. He said he could use it to perform a ritual that would turn Varen into a true Dragonborn. It took us more than 2 years. We finally recovered the amulet and returned to Cyrodiil to perform the ritual. Manamarco set us up. The ritual caused a violent explosion of magical energy. We lost Varen. Sai Sahan and I were declared outlaws. Manamarco convinced the Elder Council to recognize Abner Tharn's daughter Plivia as Empress Regent. Manamarco was the true power behind it. Sai Sahan and I went into hiding. There was a bounty on our heads.
We have to continue that to save American lives.
Abner Tharn is Grand Chancellor of the Elder Council and Chief Advisor to his daughter, the Empress Regent. He is also Manamarco's toady.
But this is lawfully collected data under Section 702 and comfortably.
So real quick before you go, you talked with
Tharn's first loyalty is to his family and the Empire. He is a ruthless bastard when it comes to defending them. The Worm Cult obviously doesn't share those loyalties. Tharn would never trust them. He's too much of a coward to betray them.
Well, listen, some of them have admitted it to us, even on record in Judiciary Committee hearings, that they want illegals to vote. They've allowed in some municipal elections. What Congress has control over is every single thing we can to secure their elections.
But what could we offer him? He's already got more gold than the gods themselves. I know it's a lot to take in. We'll talk more later. In the meantime, I'll keep an eye on the Prophet. Hopefully that orb will help him find out where Sai Sahan is being held. Once we know that, we can plan our next move.
Swing congressional races, and it might even swing presidential races. I've got hundreds of thousands of votes. Everything possible to make sure that this election is secure. It's a number one priority.
Thanks very much. We so appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All right, House Speaker Ron Johnson joining us. Thank you. Now, for on Iran's direct attack on Israel is the chair of the House of Ways and Means Committee, Congressman Jason Smith. Mr. Chair, thanks very much for joining us. Your reaction.
You know, what Irene did last night just is the direct result, Maria, of Biden's policies and
Biden's rhetoric over the last several years as president, and that gave Iran an opportunity that they felt like they could go in and attack one of our greatest allies, Israel.
Yeah, the want to generate billions of dollars in oil has created something that a British country once again. Under President Trump, I don't think they actually have the wherewithal to do this.
Under President Trump, he imposed the strict standards of the sanctions on the Iranians and allowed them. They didn't grow billions of dollars in profits in oil exports, but unfortunately, the Biden administration has reversed course on that, and they very lax on the sanctions, allowing Iranians to grow power and growth, and now they're attacking our neighbors.
Let me switch gears, Mr. Chairman. Tomorrow, of course, is tax day, and right before April 15th, we've seen this watchdog report that the IRS has been targeting people who are making $100,000 for their audits. Can you tell us why the IRS is targeting those people making $100,000 or less for audit? The majority of audits in the business country.
Maria, we have been trying to sound this alarm for some time. It all started with the Inflation Reduction Act, where the Biden administration asked for an additional $80 billion to supercharge the IRS to hire 87,000 new agents. And guess what? Based on scorekeepers in Congress, it is projected that 87,000 new auditors, 70% of those audits will be on people making less than $75,000 a year. But guess what? The Biden administration, they didn't think $80 billion is enough, so they asked for an additional $43 billion just in their budget this year. And to try to comprehend how big of dollars those are, the IRS just operating a yearly budget is less than $15 billion a year.
Mr. Chairman, I'm wondering why you're seeing all of these audits now when the president has repeatedly said that anyone making $400,000 or more or less would not be a target. But you got this watchdog.
The fog has lifted, Vested. The path before us has been revealed. It is both dark and twisted. Come to the harborage. We have an unexpected guest who demands your presence.
Also said that he wouldn't raise taxes on people making less than $400,000 a year to Korea, but in fact his budget does that. His budget raises taxes $7 trillion on people making less than $400,000. We'll also see a tax.
Tell me about tax day tomorrow. How much tax revenue are you expecting this year?
So, the best way to say this tax day has to be the favorite holiday Joe Biden their desire to just continue to raise these taxes here and there. When you look at the revenues that we had in the year 20, the year before, it was almost $5 trillion.
We have an unexpected guest, Vested.
My attempts to use the oral discourse to locate Saisahan did not meet with success, so I decided to try a more direct approach. I used it as it was intended and contacted Adnathan. He admits that he knows Saisahan's location, but he will not reveal it. He demands to speak with you directly.
Our country has a spending problem.
Yeah. And the spending has sent inflation to 20-year highs this past week. We got another inflation reading.
We meet again, Vestige. I wish to speak with you on a matter of some urgency. Menimarco and his vile master have dark and terrible plans for this world. If you wish to stop them, you need to find the Amulet of Kings. But to find the amulet, you must first locate Saisahan.
First off, let's not forget that this inflation.
Of course I do. And I might be willing to share that information for a price. If Manimarco learns that we've spoken, he'll have me executed. I'm a danger to him. I know too much. Therefore I, Adnathan, Chancellor of the Elder Council, Overlord of Nibene, formally request a sign. Do I look to be in a mirthful mood? There comes a point when even a patriot's loyalty is stretched too far, when the things he has done, and has seen done, become too much to bear.
We need to defend and protect and supply funds for our greatest ally.
Would that I could. As it happens, I find myself to be somewhat of a prisoner, in dire need of rescue. My proposal is this. If you retrieve me from Menemarko's fortress and grant me asylum, I will give you Sai Sahan's location in return. You can't. And you'd be a fool to trust me completely. But the facts remain, you need me if you wish to find Sai Sahan, and I must keep my head if I am to ensure the continuance of the Empire. Neither of us has a choice.
Tharn is quite correct. We have little choice in the matter.
You can't be serious. How can we possibly trust him?
As our visitor so eloquently pointed out, we cannot. But if we are to locate Sai Sahan, we must do this. Go with the vestige, Virus. Rescue Tharn. Give him the chance to redeem himself. He may surprise you.
We're gonna take it back.
Gonna take it.
The Scots has been there for revelation. It can freeze up samples. Defeats which is the long goes from glorious.
Get a mega smash triple action today. Guaranteed. Keep it. So when no one shows issue on television.
This is true. And we're $40 a month for our sports, news, and entertainment. Since my guess.
I mean, idiot. No, you're allowed to carry 30 grams per person without getting in trouble. You're okay. You're carrying 28 grams, Ma. Ma, you're carrying 28 grams for your son. Just tell him you're going to my place. It's not even yours. You can test your blood for... Have him test your blood for weed. I mean, you never smoked weed in your life. The only way they'll find out is if you ever smoked any weed recently, is if they test your blood. That's the only test they have. That's it. They can't tell you if you're high in driving because the test on the blood gives them a couple days reference. No, they didn't. That's crazy, man. 28, yeah.
You appear to have arrived in the wretched Squalor, a shantytown of soul-shriven outside Menemarko's castle. As luck would have it, Menemarko is away on some errand for the vagrant prince. The castle garrison is not on alert, so you should only encounter a token defense. The main gate is sealed, but there are undoubtedly other routes one might take. You're the hero, aren't you? Improvise.
What a skeever. Improvise, he says. I can't believe we're risking our lives to rescue that skeeving horker. Subtlety and stuff. Let's not bring the entire castle guard down on our heads. And didn't he say this was a town of soul-shriven? Maybe we can find one who knows his way around. Try to be inconspicuous. We just got free of this place. The last thing we need is to get recaptured.
Here in the homeland, akin to the ISIS K attack we saw at the Russian concert hall just a couple weeks ago.
stark warning by FBI Director Christopher Wray during a hearing on Capitol Hill on Thursday. On the other hand, speaking to Iran for the show, unprecedented direct attack on Israel. And the implications if they are cutting over 10 million people have illegally entered the United States on and millions remain as individuals and disappeared into the country. Where they came from or what their intentions are. Already for this fiscal year, 75 people on the FBI's terrorist watch list have been encountered at the southern border, with a total of 342 since October of 2021. Joining me now with more on the threats Americans face here at home is the former Director of National Intelligence, John Ratcliffe. And Director Ratcliffe, it's always a pleasure. Thanks very much for being here this morning.
Morning, Maria.
I want to first talk about Iran's direct threat at Israel. By Israel and reactionary building in Israel.
As it gets warmer out, I get my allergies back, so just water from the nose, man. Literally.
Invading Ukraine, and then after the attack on Israel on October 7th, the failure of the Biden administration with hollow talking points, a single word, don't. And the response to that, as you know, was
Cold Harbor looks good.
U.S. forces and the deaths of 3 Americans, dozens of traumatic brain injuries, so clearly not working. And then, which is why I was surprised that those very same hollow words and threats from the Biden administration were used last week after Israel took out IRGC General Mohammed Zahedi, who was the architect of the October 7th attack. And again, it didn't work. An unprecedented attack, 300 drones, missiles, rockets, including cruise missiles and ballistic missiles. So, you mentioned the fact that there's been credit given for the good work of the Israelis and the Brits and the Jordanians and the United States in reacting to this and shooting down most of those threats and minimizing the damage. But, reaction isn't as good as prevention. And Donald Trump was right when he said he would have prevented this, and the Israelis believe that this would have been prevented. They were, I think, understandably surprised and upset, as was I, that the seeds for this failure
Cool.
in Joe Biden's reaction to that hit in Damascus on Zahedi, where instead of just remaining silent, the Biden administration quickly came out and said the U.S. was not involved in this. And that sent a message to Iran and to the rest of the world that the U.S. was not with Israel, that the U.S. was reluctant to support Israel on this. And, and that really shows how much fractured this relationship has become between the United States and Israel moving forward. And I think that emboldened Iran, and as one of the former intelligence officials in Iran said to me last night, with friends like Joe Biden, Israel couldn't need more enemies. And so, I think that they're upset about this, and I think now it's compounded by very quickly the Biden administration has taken the wrong response in the aftermath of this. And the response is, instead of criticizing Iran, and Joe Biden hasn't spoken to that, they're leaking the fact that they're upset that the Israelis may overreact to this existential threat, that they don't have a strategy, and that they might use this to further escalation to the Israelis as they about being advice from the masters of and Austin, the architects of so many foreign policies, about what to do. Are you expecting Israel to Iran? Absolutely. I think that there should be, there must be. Joe Biden doesn't have any red lines.
May your roads be warm sand.
But the Israelis do have red
Now,
lines.
in the sight of blue moons, the farmers are in the field. He must have taken a wrong turn somewhere.
Maria, the idea of not overreacting
feet first. That is the fastest way in. Ask Cadwell. That crazy bastard seems to know every corner of this place. Hurry though. I heard they just chased him into a building near the waterway.
Why am I not surprised to find Cadwell here? He certainly does get around.
Seriously at removing this existential threat in that way.
So you think that the Israelis believe that the Biden administration and its policies can
circle around?
Absolutely. I mean, billions and billions of dollars from the Biden administration in ransom for hostages and in sanctions relief rebuilt the Iranian economy.
What are you doing? Intruders!
Rockets and missiles that were shot back against us. We're paying for by the Biden administration. Money that the U.S. sent under the Biden administration was used to rebuild the Iranian military structure used against Israel. And Israel very clearly sees that and resents it.
Real quick before you go, John, your reaction to the House reauthorizing FISA. Russian collusion lies and the FBI spied on President Trump's officials and campaign illegally.
Yeah, so right up front, President Trump was right. He said, they used FISA Title I to spy on his campaign, and the FBI
Intruders!
law to do that. They also, the FBI abused Section 702 to spy on Americans unlawfully. So the FBI did this to themselves. They have abused this. Now, I'm all for reform. I will say this, 56 reform, 57 reform, whether you're talking about legislative solution to the process here. There was a warrant requirement to spy on Carter Page, and the FBI broke that law 4 times to do that. That's not a opinion, that's a fact. What really is needed here, Maria, is FBI leadership that says, take away this important
Just needed room on him.
presidents informed about national security threats. We're going to dedicate our time to make sure that you spend the
Cadwell.
Say, jolly good timing. Lyris enchanted as always. And you're looking fit for someone, so how can I put it? Deficient in the soul department? Wherever the forces of evil prey upon the innocent, wherever souls are stolen and bodies shriven, wherever a people cry out for justice, there goest I. I mean, this whole eternal servitude business is nasty.
No now the world's smallest and thinnest sensor.
Bella's garters. Why? Lonely grounds, no question, but it's positively brimming with angry cultists carrying rather large weapons.
Right for free at freestyleLibre.us.
I see. A rescue, is it? Well, that's a different subject, isn't it? There is a cistern that drains into the waterway. The door is locked, but that's not stopped me before. Why don't you meet me there, and we'll see what's what?
From deep sea quests and shallow water pursuits to living history lessons.
That might be our best chance to get inside.
Key West, close to perfect, far from normal. Hi, I'm Mike Huckabee, former governor of Arkansas, and I'm here today to tell you about a hidden health crisis currently affecting nearly every American: sleep deprivation. And that's why you need to know about relaxing sleep. You see, getting a good night's sleep helps support a healthy immune system, helps maintain a healthy blood pressure, healthy cardiovascular system. Relaxium's new study has been designed for neurologists to help you fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer, and wake up refreshed.
Strike! Now!
Hundreds of thousands of people have experienced the relief and health benefits from getting a great night's sleep and get relaxing sleep. After being a relaxing customer for at least 3 years now, because I'm getting a better night's sleep, It's making everything else about my life more enjoyable. It'll regulate your natural sleep cycle, relax your body, and calm the mind for better
You keep up
sleep.
nicely. I can't abide dawdlers.
Your very own risk-free bottle of Relaxium Sleep. Relaxium Sleep doesn't have
This
any
whole
harmful
bloody
chemicals
castle
like
sits on top of an
sleeping
ocean
pills
of
or
unstable
Relaxium Sleep.
oblivion,
You can
what's it?
expect to start
The
sleeping
danger I
better
use
the very
pipes to
first
control
night.
the flow of it
Very
all, and it
first
comes out
night.
as steam.
I wake up feeling alert and like I've had the best night's sleep.
Well, most of the doors in here are sealed with pressure from that steam. It's all rather complicated, but in a nutshell, if I can tamper with the pipes, we can open the doors to the inner keep, and you can slip inside.
My company is so confident that Relaxium
Well, I can handle the tinkering, but you'll have to keep the beasties off me. It will be quite a romp. Are you game?
Sleep. Take Relaxium Sleep. I promise you.
Onward!
Get your risk-free bottle of Relaxium Sleep now. It's guaranteed to work or your money back. Visit tryrelaxium.com or call 800-806-4851. That's tryrelaxium.com or call 800-806-4851.
Can peace of mind be fitted with just free food and free veggie supplements? Yes. We start by sourcing the best green vegetable ingredients. We ensure that all our products meet our rigorous standards in one of the business development quality products possible. They are then washed, cut, and put through an advanced vacuum hold process that reduces the water using pressure. We then take great care in grinding them into a fine powder. These powdered ingredients are then mixed and encapsulated, locking out air and moisture. The capsules are then bottled and shipped right to your door, so you can experience your own personal balance of nature success story.
I looked at some of the stuff and they don't have for some kind of solution.
Balance of nature really was the game changer. I'm serious. It worked.
It is. Otherwise, it wouldn't be taken.
Get 35% off $50 off additional sessions on our customer website. Discount code FOX2.
Misinformation is the enemy of pandemic control. No doubt,
Shit.
the most important issue we're facing goes well beyond COVID.
Senators Dr. Anthony Fauci and Instead, the White House asked the CCP last week to pressure Iran not to launch an attack on Israel, which obviously did not work. Now a whistleblower stemming from Iran exposed what we knew all along. The origins of COVID-19. Joining me right now, Senate Commission exclusive is the ranking member of the Senate Homeland Security Committee, Senator Rand Paul. Senator, it's great to see you this morning, and I want to get into the COVID situation at the moment. But first, more pressing situation this morning after the attack from Iran into Israel. Your reaction?
Israel's and U.S. defenses were able to stop 95% of this. But I think one question that's not being asked enough this morning is, everybody's asking, what is the next step to escalation? There is another question, what is the possibility that we can de-escalate the situation? You know, every action has a reaction. Hamas attacked on October 7th, were dreadful. Israel killed 2 generals, now Iran attacked. So every action has a reaction, and is there a possibility that this could be de-escalated at this point? And I think people ought to take a breath, wait a little bit. Medicine will talk.
The fuck is Cadwell?
Before you check the patient's pulse, you need to calm down.
Where is he?
With a clear head before we move forward.
So what do you want to do in terms of moving forward in the Senate with regard to the conversation around a new supplemental package?
Would you get lost?
Which would send money to Israel, Ukraine, and Taiwan.
You know, I haven't supported foreign aid really in my tenure in the Senate, but I did support foreign aid that was paid for to
Don't
Israel.
worry, this will get you inside with a minimum of
Passed in
fuss.
the House, and then every Democrat in the Senate voted against foreign aid that was paid for. What I would say to Speaker Johnson is hold your ground, show some cojones, show some intestinal fortitude, for goodness sake. You've already passed
One more
aid to
after
Israel.
this one.
Tell Chuck Schumer when he's ready to take it up, and it's going to be paid for. It's a great precedent if Speaker Johnson will stick by his guns. I have a feeling that we're going to see capitulation. There's already talk of a new one that doesn't pay for.
There you are. Quick as you please. There's even time for tea.
Bring it up. It's been
Pleasure, think nothing of it. The merest trifle, truly. You'll find this Tharn fellow at the top of the Tower of Bones. You'll need to make your way through the keep's heart to get to it, but it's not terribly far. I understand the King of Worms has set him to the task of inspecting the soul journeys that find their way into the castle, which is to say, well, all of them. You'll see crates of the things scattered around the premises. Indeed? Well, I might just take you up on that. But safety first. I'll stay here for the nonce and make sure nothing comes to bugger up our little adventure from behind.
We also have Speaker Johnson voting for a spending package.
Sir Cadwell came through again. That crazy night is starting to grow on me. Should I be worried?
Mike Johnson being in charge and the Democrats being in charge. The deficit this year will be $2 trillion.
Oh no, hear me out. How many Tharns does it take to rule an empire?
I'm trying to work here.
Done. The one on the throne is a patsy, and the one in the tower isn't useful anymore.
That's not even funny. Get back to work, will you?
To the side!
On the idea that we shouldn't stop Americans without a warrant. On the spending issue, they say, oh, government will shut down. But if the Democrats want this level of spending, we want this level, a compromise would be splitting the difference. The Democrats got everything they want in spending, and all the cops got what they want too. This is a problem. On the Republican side, we have people who want unlimited military spending, and then the Democrats want unlimited military spending, and they get both. But Johnson hasn't held his ground. He has power, he has a majority. Use the power to purge Speaker Johnson. Do something to make us do our difference with the Democrats. But so far, I don't see a lot of...
You, hurry up. The worms are on the move.
We should have good governance of Republicans in the Senate. So while I blame Speaker Johnson, I blame 41 senators in the Senate. We could stop the Senate.
I was beginning to think you were captured. We've a bit of a problem, I'm afraid. The door at the top of the tower has sealed with a warded barrier. I've seen the worms use similar sorceries before. It will sear you to ash if you touch it. Here's a thought. The flesh astronauts who patrol the castle halls are assembled in a laboratory very close to the warded door. If you created your own astronaut, it would be bound to obey you. You could force it to smash through the barrier. It's a simple process. A child of 5 could do it. Unfortunately, I don't have a child of 5, so I'll be forced to walk you.
I like Abnethorn. He's cool.
Take them to the laboratory and I'll contact you there.
But somebody, I mean, the speaker's got to be a speaker. He's got to be a leader of his party, not a capitulator to the other party.
Well, what about leadership in the Senate? Who would you like to see replace Rich McConnell?
Anyone at this point would be better because he now has decided that Ukraine and sending our money to Ukraine, the Victor is more important than anything, including our border. The whole fiasco of getting that started, independent border control, that ended up being a rejection plan, was all Senator McConnell's idea. It's disaster. It's not the Democrats' message. Well, we offered you this great border deal, but you didn't take it. It's just the border deal, the 20 deal, the members should have done.
Is that a lung?
Yeah, we know this because of whistleblower review. Nobody in the administration has told us anything. We've got all of our information from whistleblower. Well, we now know it wasn't just one agency that China was approaching. China made a presentation, or American representative, Peter Daszak, made a representation of 15 agencies about creating a virus that looks suspiciously like COVID-19 and looks like no other virus mutation from that family. They did work on this and reported to 15 agencies. And in 2012, they saw COVID-19 came all the calling and raising the alarm.
It takes a lot to make me ill, but this is getting there.
We knew the Chinese were doing it. Lo and behold, they did it.
Freezing in here. At least that means the body parts won't smell as bad. I can't imagine how the worms get used to this.
Let a TurboTax full service expert do your taxes as soon as today. From design and products to removal and installation. Leave out this with you for every step of your remodel. Visit data.com for your free design consultation.
No deal today with Roost Type Protein. Complete nutrition you need without the stuff you don't. So, here's to now.
Not very big, is it? Oh well. Now, pass the ritual from the book.
All the carousel patches work for up to 8 hours to reduce discoloration and thickness.
Now that's what I help you easily.
Carousel type patches, we've got you covered.
Over the last 3 years, COVID and rising inflation have caused many people to abandon their pets. Those pets often land in shelters.
We'll make a necromancer of you yet.
Days, or they're left homeless, wandering the streets. Well, we're better than that, my friends. I'm John. And I invite you to support Puppy Food Bank with a $15 a month donation. With your support, Puppy Food Bank will direct ship dog food to their rescue shelter.
You're not far now. Through the door and to the summit.
Our rescue shelter has dedicated over 500 dogs in our care for the last 3 years. Costs to feed them hysterical. Thanks to the people who are ready to care for
So won't you join me? Please go to puppyfoodbank.org. Your $15 a month donation will help Puppy Food Bank support and rescue shelters with pet food. Donate now, and Puppy Food Bank will send you a very nice gift.
Please prepare for unpredictable action. You need please use your formula. It's fun and weird.
Begone, insufferable worms. I'm working as fast as I can.
quality, sustainably sourced meat. And be a good source of protein, which is exactly what you get with Chomps. Grass-fed, grass-finished meat that's tender with zero sugar and up to 12 grams of protein.
So, we meet in person at long last.
Got a nice fucking outfit, man. That's dope.
Once retired, Marcus
And not a
decided,
moment
I will
too
never
soon.
again work for
If I had to inspect one more bloody soul gem, I'd have thrown myself from the tower.
consumers selling for up to half the cost.
A fair question. I know things. Things that can help you. Here's a bit to whet your appetite. Menimarco isn't doing any of this to serve Molard Bond. His ultimate plan is to out-scheme the god of schemes and to replace him.
Policy with medical exam and same-day.
The Amulet of Kings is the key to everything. Why do you think he kidnapped Sai Sahan? He's torturing him. trying to get him to reveal the amulet's hiding place.
He's gonna win in November. I don't care what they do to him. I don't care if they strip him of every single building.
With the amulet at his command, Manimarco believes he can trap Molag Bal's essence and absorb his power. He seeks to become a god himself.
That was Eric Trump, the executive vice president of the Trump Organization.
I'd love to discuss this further, but this is hardly the place. Get me to a safe haven and I will tell you the rest. That was our agreement, was it not? Now, let's... Wait. Did you feel that?
Now, jury selection is set to begin tomorrow in Manhattan in Trump's so-called hush money trial.
Now, calm. No telling my secrets.
To cover up alleged payments to adults.
Use your room, Magna. I will deal with you shortly. Your old position at the Foundry is still available. Unbreakable chain. And thorn in my side. The pebble in my shoe. How strong shall we test your natural Trump support?
This is one of the most hostile jurisdictions to Trump, and that's very reflected in the jury room. To be asked about the political leaning, so you can assume that he's going to have a motivated judge and a fairly hostile jury. And that's one of the things that I think Bragg is counting on. This is an absurd case. And
the process drains the energy from most victims if you keep fighting.
Once they see who's sitting behind the defense table.
Yeah, I mean, Jonathan, I'm wondering if the judge is trying to weed out Trump's support when he, in fact, is, asking questions of
Well, you always have to look to that as concerned, not just for the judge, but the prosecutor. But frankly, for the prosecutor, they don't do much. They're starting with a base that's overwhelmingly Democratic, overwhelmingly anti-Trump. So just by the law of averages, you're going to get
but how much more can you take?
Bringing a case against Trump. That doesn't mean that it's a lead pipe cinch. You can still have full jobs. We'll have to see.
John Ratcliffe said he thinks there could be a hunter. I want to ask you about that picture bringing something like that with Jonathan Turner.
Manimarco, you dare attack the Chancellor of the Elder Council. Power wanes for him. Strike him down while his attentions are on me.
How dare you betray me, Zod? Suffering will be legendary.
He will not remain discorporated for long. His consciousness will be adrift for a few moments, but that is all. Because Manimarco has delusions of godhood. He cares nothing for the Empire. He seeks only power. I've never done battle with him before. He's far more powerful than I imagined. Oh well, too late for regrets. In for a bean, in for a beanstalk. First things first, we need to get out of here alive. We certainly can't go back the way you came in. I'd imagine they're swarming the grounds already. There's a refuge chute further down the path. It's a bit of a drop, but we'll probably survive.
I never want to go through that again.
Keep moving. I'm right behind you.
Now, to request your free quote with one of Generac's nationwide dealers, special financing and low monthly payment options are available. And if you call now, you will also receive a...
You must be the ugliest princess ever rescued from a tower, Thine.
I'm shocked your lack of education and repeated blows to the head haven't dulled your wit, Ivanborn.
So the next time your humble powers up. Power your life with Generac.
Hello again. Need a way out?
To request your free
I'll
quote
have that
today.
open in just a moment.
Evan Berkowitz has been jailed inside a notorious left-level prison.
He was reporting for the Wall Street Journal.
Okay, preserve us. You're as battered and bruised as a peach in a sack of rocks. Bit of the old daring do, was it? No matter. You'll be needing an escape route, no doubt. And it's what I do, quite honestly. We should probably the entire castle is as brisk
Cadwell's fucking dope, man. I like Caldwell a lot.
Come with you? You mean leave Cold Harbor? Well, I don't know. It's been a very long time since I've seen the world I left behind. Do you think it's wise? Well, that's settled then. And after all, you do need someone to lead you out of here. Onward! Into the chute, come on!
Love the color of the water here. It's real nice.
Quickly! I've opened another portal. Hurry!
My estates, my titles, my own life. It's all forfeit now. All in the name of preserving the Empire. I swear by all the gods that Marco will pay dearly for this. Of course, I'm Abner Tharn. It will take more than a few brainless cultists to rattle these old bones. Now then, where were we? Ah, yes. Truth be told, I don't know the precise location, but I do know that he is Manimarco's prisoner, and that the King of Worms is trying to pry the location of the amulet from him. Now, before you lose your temper, let me clarify. I don't know precisely where he is, but I can find out. I'll just need a little time.
What? You son of a bitch!
Shot to the face, Abner. A shot to the fucking head, buddy. You lied!
To us from the beginning. I don't care what he says. He'll always.
But you need it out, so it's all good.
Please. Manimarco wants me dead. Did I pretend to capitulate to him? Yes, I did. Do you have any idea how many lives I saved by doing so?
The only thing you saved was your holdings in your own hide, you pompous ass.
Enough. Abner had no choice, Lotus. And we are guilty of our own deceit, are we not? The time has come for the vestige to know the truth.
What's this? The vestige doesn't know? Oh, this is rich.
Sire, don't.
Vestige, until now, you've only known me as the Prophet. But that is not my true name. I am Varen Aquilarius.
Our fallen emperor in the tattered robes of a moth priest, blind as a newborn kitten.
I am sorry I deceived you, Vestige.
It's the same as with us, starting at $40.
You're angry. It is to be expected.
I want another option. That's not another draw.
Jeremiah, it's not another draw.
I was right. No. My name is Varen Aquilarius. In truth, I feared you'd kill me where I stood if you knew who I was. You certainly wouldn't have allied with us so readily. I caused all of this. If Molag Bal destroys this world, the blame will be mine and mine alone.
You can't fall asleep.
You must not blame Lois. She did as I instructed. She is my sworn protector. But she is also your ally. I have my solemn promise, Vestige. When this is over, if you still judge me harshly, you can end my life. I will offer no resistance. We must find Saisahar. Everything depends on that. In this matter, nothing. Abra and I must confer. We will contact you again when we have more information. I did not foresee Abner's defection, but I welcome it. Manimarco fears him, and with good reason. He can help us. I feel certain of it.
He spoke to me. I could not believe it.
Relaxium sleep is studied, tested, and designed by a neurologist to help you fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer, and wake up refreshed.
Relaxium sleep works from the very first
Have more focus. Relaxium is drug-free and not addictive, so you can take Relaxium every night and never worry about side effects. The best part is, it can start working from the very first time.
Okay, oh, I have 3.
I wake up feeling like I've had the best night's sleep.
Stop being afraid and start sleeping your fears away with Relaxium Sleep. Your body and your mind.
1 more level, I get the ultimate on that.
You're so confident that Relaxium will work for you, just ask us to give you 1,000 lives.
If you're not getting calm enough to go to sleep, take Relaxium Sleep.
Get your history plan of Relaxium Sleep now. It's guaranteed to work for your money back. Visit tryrelaxium.com or call 800-898-9322. That's tryrelaxium.com or call 800-898-9322.
Realtor.com is the only site that lets you find homes with assumable mortgages, so you can take over the seller's mortgage at a lower interest rate. Not really. Go to Realtor.com to learn more.
Speaking over 45 years, it's taken a toll on my body. I take chemo turmeric as health insurance and inflammation support. Why chemo is a superior absorption compared to regular turmeric. Chemo, the brand I trust. Leaders of the world's top powers this afternoon after Iran's unprecedented attack on Israel. They're happening right now again. The UN Security Council holding an emergency meeting. They're set to get started shortly. And this is as Israel calls for a global united front against Iran's live shot right there at the United Nations in New York City. Hello, everyone. Welcome to a brand new hour of Fox News Live. I'm Arcanist. Hi, Eric. All right.
Join us for that UN Security Council meeting as soon as it starts.
Go back.
Explosion flaring up the skies in Israel. The IDF claims it has intercepted or did 99% of Iran's missiles and drones. There are a major escalation by Tehran. The Jewish state now for Islam. But the war cabinet at this hour has not yet decided exactly what that response will be.
This is radical Islamist regime.
Ooh, that's a good one. I gotta morph you next time.
This is not escalating. This is escalating. You can't really take your eye off Gaza, though. At the end of the day, you've got to get those hostages back. And ICE believes still do need to destroy Hamas. You'll send the fire department to extinguish 80% of the fire.
So again, we're going to bring you updates on that UN Security Council meeting throughout the hour once it does get underway. We do have live Fox Team coverage for you right now. Lucas Tomlinson is at the White House. Trey Yanks is in Tel Aviv. And we're going to start with CB Cut. She's live at the UN in New York City. And CB, what are we expecting to hear from the U.S. and the other world leaders?
Hi, Raquel. Well, Israeli Ambassador Gilad Erdan is calling on the UN Security Council to designate the Iranian Revolutionary Guard a terror group and to condemn the attack. But for any resolution to pass out of the council in simple terms, there has to be 9 affirmative votes.
Nobody here.
Now, the Israeli ambassador has sent a series of letters ahead of this afternoon's meeting, and one of them to the UN Secretary General. He accused Iran of continuously trying to destabilize the region. The ambassador also made a post on X.
I'm gonna start using these fucking things. Okay.
Iran is closer than ever to nuclear weapons. Just imagine what would happen if these drones or missiles carried nuclear warheads. Enough is enough. Ambassador Erdogan has called the Iranian drone attack a violation of Israel's sovereignty of international law and the UN Charter. But the Iranian ambassador wrote to the council to say Iran's drones and missiles were in self-defense following a deadly April 1st strike on the Iranian consulate in Syria, and therefore aligned with the UN Charter. Israel has not publicly claimed responsibility for that strike, but the Iranian ambassador says after Iran's latest aggression, quote, the matter can be deemed concluded, and writing, quote, however, should the Israeli regime make another mistake...
I have an Auridon treasure map.
It is a conflict between Iran and the rogue Israeli regime from which the U.S. must stay away. New York City is the backdrop for the Security Council meeting today, and police sources tell me there are increased patrols at Jewish, Palestinian, and Iranian entry points in the city. The NYPD says there are no credible threats. David Hale, former envoy to the Middle East, says he isn't sure a meaningful resolution will come from today's convening of global leaders, but he says the United States will need to use every opportunity to gather support for its ally.
So I imagine we'll have a difficult time. More important is the G7 gathering, and more important is the United States starts to build a diplomatic strategy that returns pressure on Israel, on Iran, not just military pressure, but sanctions, political and diplomatic public pressure as well.
Them in the crowns.
All right, City Cotton, live at the UN. Thank you, CB. Eric.
Well done, President Biden. Calling for a quote, united diplomatic response as he participated in a video conference with G7 leaders earlier today. The president also spoke last night with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
Excellent.
Reaffirmed the ironclad support by the U.S. for Israel's security. The president also indicated that he would not take part with Israel.
Let's go back. Let's go to main hand. Select Inferno.
Eric, we just learned in the last few minutes that President Obama just wrapped up conversations with congressional leaders talking about the successful operation last night.
Like Bliff of Absorb Magica.
John Kirby said that their income is to lower the temperature in the region.
It's going to be up to Israel to decide what the next step is here. I will just say this. President Biden, since the beginning of this conflict, has worked very hard to keep this from becoming a broader regional war, to keep the tensions from escalating.
As you mentioned, Eric, President Biden spoke to G7 leaders where all parties agreed to ask Israel not to launch a counterattack against Iran. The White House released a statement after the call saying, quote, with its actions, Iran has further stepped toward the destabilization of the region and risk provoking uncontrollable regional escalation. This must be avoided. U.S. officials on the call reported say 70 of the more than 300 drones and missiles launched from Iran were shot down by American warships and fighter jets. Two-guided missile destroyers, the Eastern Med, USS Auridon Vukhul, and Kenarthi shot down up to 6 ballistic missiles. Other 94 aircraft were shot down by Israel's air defense system. Some of those missiles were shot down outside the Earth's atmosphere. The second time in history combat is taking place in outer space. American and British fighter jets also engaged. The U.S. Air Force deployed 2 squadrons of F-15 striking missiles in the region, shot down dozens of Iranian drones, according to the White House. President Biden called the 2 squadron commanders today to offer his congratulations on the job well done. The U.S. Army Patriot battery also shot down a ballistic missile outside of Iran. Jordanian jets also shot down drones. Officials said to stop the move, the situation where this was all taking place is very tense. Now, not everyone is patting themselves in the back right now, Eric. Our fellow interviewer, former Israeli Prime Minister, Previous Hours, says the Jewish state needs to strike back.
The wars isolating after declaring freedom in 3 days, just letting the packs blocking, only Iran will take place this time is they pay a very painful price.
White House officials say also on the President Biden's call with his Israeli counterpart, he said the U.S. will not support Israel taking a counterstrike against Iran. Eric,
it is up to Israel. Lucas, thank you. Martha.
Yeah, Eric and Lucas, although President Biden is urging restraint, fears of a wider war in the Middle East are growing. All eyes are on Israel as Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and his work cabinet met today to weigh their next move after Iran's unprecedented attack. Trey Yates, live in Tel Aviv. So, Trey, any results from that work cabinet meeting? Good afternoon. Following this massive drone and missile attack against Israel launched by Iran overnight, the Israeli War Cabinet met this afternoon for around 4 hours in Tel Aviv at the Kiryat, Israel's version of the Pentagon. And they were discussing possible options to respond to this Iranian attack. And according to reports in Israeli media, there were some disagreements about the timing and scale of the attack, how large the scope might be, but there were no disagreements regarding the fact that the Israeli position is that a response should be taken. There will be some Israeli retaliation. We just don't know when that will take place or what it'll look like. We do have some new video to show you here of the Israelis shooting down some of these drones and missiles overnight. This video captured by Israeli fighter jets. They said the majority of the projectiles were actually intercepted outside of Israeli airspace. Those that made it past these jets often were intercepted by Israel's advanced missile defense systems. The Iranians also releasing some new video of their own showing the ballistic missile launches. This was widely seen as one of the worst-case scenarios for the Israelis on the upper end of the spectrum that the Americans were preparing for, and concerned that this puts Israel in a corner, making officials here feel like they must respond to send Iran a message that these types of attacks from their own soil won't be accepted. So the coming days and weeks certainly will be tense here in the Middle East. We should brace to see if Israel will respond amid new threats of Iranian retaliation if that does take place. Argo?
Okay, yeah, tradings. We'll keep watching this very shaky situation live here on TV. Thank you very much, Trey. Eric?
Meanwhile, down back here at home, lawmakers in Capitol Hill are now calling for more action against Iran and for more support for Israel. Republican Congresswoman Nancy Mace spoke with me earlier on Fox News Live.
That's how you do it. Stories.
Israel by stating to Iran publicly that we won't be by their side if they decide to retaliate. Sanctions should be on the table. Assisting Israel in any way, shape, or possible should be on the table. So too, should we ensure that we are not aiding and abetting or funding the other side of this fight with Iran or anyone who aligns with Iran.
Speaker Mike Johnson
Okay.
said that it would be considered that Monday's congressional arms package for Israel could be voted on perhaps this week. Former Democratic Congressman Jared Moskowitz of the House Foreign Affairs Committee joins us now. Congressman, good to see you. Do you think there will be a vote this week on the Israeli package? And Iran basically is shot itself in the foot because they launched this to cause some action.
No, thank you for having me.
Okay, I didn't realize it would show the clothing survey, but okay. To find a way to figure that one out.
I ran showed yesterday with the provocation, with the disproportionate response, with the irresponsibility of even launching attacks that flew over Kentucky Mountain, but for Israel and the United States.
Fishing around
could have been destroyed yesterday, and so this has been a problem that's been festering for a long time. We've tried to play nice with Iran in different ways, but it's no longer working. Everything now must be done to make sure that Iran never hits a bomb and that they stop destabilizing the region.
Khan wants to speak to you. Go to the Vukhul Guard Major's Guild.
What would you suggest the President and Israel also talking about an international coalition to face the terrorist menace in Tehran?
I think that's actually the right move. We should not do anything quick here. This should be smart. It should be surgical. It should be strategic. You know, obviously a lot of these sites that Iran has are underground. And so I think you've heard that from the Israelis that, you know, this might happen at a time of their choosing when it suits Israel best. But no, look, no country, okay, would ever stand for 300 plus missiles, cruise missiles, ballistic missiles going into space, okay, coming into your airspace to kill you. Iranians really civilians yesterday. Let's be clear, this was military targets. It was the entire population. No country would stand for it. Just because their bulletproof vests stopped the damage happening to Israel, that something shouldn't happen to the folks that fired all those rounds. It's a ridiculous sort of concept. But we got to be smart. We obviously don't want this to become a regional conflict with Russia and China. And so the United States is ironclad.
Some sort of quality that's rare.
I expect the administration.
And trust me, I never learn about these sort of things. Can I interest you in a room with a local Actually, wait, that can't. Look, empty rooms are just bad for business. The upkeep alone costs me more than the place is worth. But I think we can come to a sort of arrangement. And not the sort of arrangement that involves a few guests. Let me be clear about that. I need someone to improve the reputation of my properties. A hero type who people look up to. And I have a feeling about you. You've done something great, and are probably on the way to do something greater. Seems like we can help each other.
Ukraine war and North Korea sends weapons
weapons as well.
Yeah, all right.
Might as well get the free room at the inn.
This might be a bit sketchy, but don't worry. The inn room is well kept, conveniently located.
I don't need it. I have like 9 houses.
Types wanting a home in every town. This would be a nice addition to your homes. No catch. I just need someone to freshen up my image. And my gut tells me you're the one to do that. As long as you're not planning on turning it into a scuba den or an outlaw's refuge, the room is all yours.
With intelligence and capabilities, but I don't think anything is imminent. I think this is going to be smart, strategic, but I think there's no doubt that while you want to make sure it doesn't spread to a regional conflict, Israel has to send a message to Iran that you cannot get away with this sort of attack. This was not a response. This was an act of war for the first time in history of Iran proper attacking Israel.
You can set up some crafting stations, house your pets, display any treasures or trophies you've come upon in your adventures. Hey, you can even set up a target dummy to just don't demolish it.
Israelis know that at any point in time if they get you see that as
excellent. You won't regret this decision, I swear. Took me a while, but I finally got back from the last tenant. Required more time in the sewers than I had hoped for. Hope the room is to your liking. With your reputation, I'm sure you shouldn't have any trouble with the neighbors. If you do, remember death threats are not the way to go. Had a spot of trouble when my last tenant started sending those out.
Now is the time for the world order, for the Allies, to get to the point that this terrorist regime in Iran, not the Iranian people.
No, just make yourself at home. Spruce things up a bit. Honestly, I can't wait to see how you arrange the place. Hopefully, you'll end up with a few less Daedric shrines than another former tenant of mine. Like 0. 0's a good number.
The terrorist regime in Tehran must go.
Oh, what a relief. I can't tell you how hard it is to wash bloodstains off of cobbled floors. But that's not even the worst of it. I've had tenants cram their rooms with the wildest things. Mounts, foliage, assistants. I mean, it's an in-room. I own this and several other properties throughout town, Leo. It pays to diversify. Of course, that means I've got to look out for a variety of troubles, too. But hey, no one ever said the real estate business was easy.
In Jacksonville, Pennsylvania, we have a lot of people looking in. Raisers and our people is happening in Israel. That news broke on the side of a big fundraiser in Roost County, and he came out strong, saying he's stand by Israel. Watch.
Ukraine would have never happened. Israel attacked both October 7th and today.
Holy fuck, is it ever tiny? What an embarrassment. Stick to my houses, thanks.
In Pennsylvania, the former president also hammered home that Iran was, quote, broke when he was in the White House and said that they never even had the cash to launch this drone attack against Israel. We know the former president is in New York City. He's going to be in that criminal courthouse tomorrow, which, you know, Eric Shaw will be there too, covering all that. So we'll have to be posted on what happens in that courtroom.
Eric Shaw will definitely be covering it. Alexis McAdams, thank you very much. All right, Eric. Sean is covering that tomorrow throughout the whole trial. Well, speaking of, one of my former beats, the United Nations, is taking a look at the Emergency Security Council. Meeting at the United Nations right now, the ambassadors are giving their statements.
Over here.
What is it?
Much to discuss, you and I.
Israeli ambassador Auridon is expected to speak.
Finally. I was beginning to think you'd never show up here.
100% free triple tax-free edition.
Glad to see that my calculations and speculations proved correct. I assumed you'd eventually show up here, and as usual, the great mage was right. Now, come closer. We have much to discuss, you and I. I recently received a message that was apparently meant for you, from an oracle. It came to me in a most unsettling manner. Anyway, I determined the chances of meeting you here, and there you are. Saves me the trouble of crafting a message stone.
This is Super Beats, and I swear by it.
Super Beats is America's #1
Well, I was about to portal to Eleanor for a proper meal, but since you're here now, we might as well discuss that message. It came from Mari, an oracle of the weird. I usually avoid soothsayers, but Mari possesses a genuine talent. Down to the last syllable. Her predictions are open to interpretation, but her words made me uneasy. A web of trouble. The island that went away. 3 dark princes, and your name. After that, she stopped responding to my projections. It means you need to find the oracle and make sure she's all right. I've enchanted a small boat to take you to an isolated part of Bleak Rock, near her last known location. And take this medallion of summoning. Use it to call upon me if the need arises. As it so happens, the Great Mage knows a great deal about a great many things. What else can I tell you before you go?
More dog people are deciding it's time to quit the kibble and feed their dogs fresh food from the farmer's dog.
Uneasy? I don't believe that's the word I use. Nevertheless, her prophetic verses tend to be loquacious and hauntingly beautiful. This one was curse. It mentioned trouble of some sort, a vanishing island and dark princes, probably Daedra. Well, trouble could mean almost anything, though nothing good. The island could refer to Arteum, the home of the Civic Order. It disappeared more than 200 years ago, and I have heard rumors about some sort of You'll have to take that up with the Oracle. Into her vision, or whatever it is that spawns her prognostications. If this message came from anyone else, I'd say it was some sort of ruse. Mariv, however, is the genuine article. Oracle Mariv belongs to the Weird, a sisterhood of witches that revere the natural world. Mariv started receiving visions at a young age. Over the years, she has provided the Mages Guild and the Sigic Order with warnings we could act upon. The usual sorts of dire predictions. Most recently, Mari foresaw the deaths of Kings Fulbert and Tamlin. She has an unusual knack, an ability to see into other realms as well as into possible futures. It makes her useful to the Sigic Order. Believe me, I tried. Mari has always been a loner. Even more so than her fellow Wirises. She said she had more to do and that you would come to save her. So get to it. Go save the Oracle. And get her to tell you more about her vision. Surely you can puzzle that one out on your own. It will take you exactly where I told it to go. But the magic isn't permanent. Best get a move on. You don't want to be on that tiny boat in the middle of the ocean when the spell wears off.
With Israel's leaders. And let me be clear.
Give you the... What? Do you think I have a boat in my pocket? That it folds up and fits in your backpack? Ridiculous! It's nearby on the docks. I'll mark the location on your map.
Warning that the region is at risk of plunging into a deeper
I did get the name the Oracle provided me with right, didn't I? I've magicked the medallion so that you can use it to call me to your location. Provided the need is great and I'm not otherwise occupied. Be sure to save it for a special occasion.
is an unambiguous condemnation from the Council
From the
of Iran's
environment like this
unprecedented
in the field,
large-scale attack.
disaster will be your only reward.
Calling it and its proxies and partners to refrain from further violence. Our goal is to de-escalate.
I call this Salador's legacy. The great man himself was the pioneer of this technique.
Getting a ceasefire in Gaza through a hostage deal, as well as serving humanitarian assistance to Palestinians in need. Thank you, Madam President.
The kind elections of the United States and causes will take with them.
Presidente, thank you for esta información. Small language from Deputy Ambassador to the United Nations.
Don't let this theory of non-conjoined thaumaturgic vectors throw you. It's really quite simple.
Saying that if there's any attack by Iran on U.S. soil, restrict U.S. direct specific language to Iran to also try to de-escalate the situation. We will do more with this Security Council emergency session, especially when the Israeli aggressor Gilad Erdan speaks. Arthur?
Now, I know some of you are wondering why I ban necromancy in my classrooms. Trust me, the smell alone is worth the staring at.
Continue to help Israel defend itself.
The White House pledging continued support for Israel despite a warning from Iran to stay away from the conflict. Israel is facing threats from Iranian-backed terror groups on multiple fronts, while the war in Gaza is still raising tensions across the region. Joining us now is John Teichert. He's a retired Air Force Brigadier General.
Here you can see the third law of arcane paradynamics in action, class. Do not treat these concepts lightly.
Message to Iran in an effort to de-escalate. Arthel, I think it's an important confession for the United States and for Israel.
Character windows.
Now turn the tides of world perception against Iran instead of the piling on that we've seen against Israel.
Inventory.
And certainly this precedent-setting event by Iran is an opportunity to further identify them as a malign actor in the region and to use world pressure, opinion, diplomacy, and economic tools to further isolate them in the eyes of the rest of the world.
Here you can see the third law of arcane paradynamics in action, class. Do not treat these concepts lightly.
The Council to vote today to designate the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps a terrorist organization. This is per Israel's
Now, I know
request.
some of you are wondering why I ban necromancy in my classrooms. Trust me, the smell alone is worth the staring
IRGC
at.
has been the largest sower of state-sponsored terrorism in the world for decades. It's embarrassing that the United Nations has not recognized that. And all of the malign activity that we've seen in the region over the last 6 months or for decades in Syria, Lebanon, Iraq, Gaza,
Never, I
and
repeat,
Yemen,
never attempt to draw magic from the environment like this in the field. Disaster will be your only reward.
Stand up and recognize and publicly proclaim that the world will not put up with a state sponsor of terrorism like Iran.
So do you expect the council to vote in favor of labeling them a terror organization?
Until now is an opportunity for us, based on this clear breaking of precedent, to do so today. And frankly, going back to my original statement, now is a time for the world to refocus its condemnation on the root cause of all of these problems, which is Iran.
Okay. Well, listen, the Israel's War Cabinet, Trainings was reporting on this earlier in the newscast. Israel's War Cabinet
Position,
this
go
afternoon.
back.
The meeting ended, though, with no firm plans
The
to strike
system of
back on Iran.
inter-evocative hermetic harmonic resonance we still use today was developed during the construction of the Crystal Tower.
Harvest map.
The Israeli War Cabinet is not publicizing
F4.
the time and the specifics about how they're going to
F5.
respond.
Okay.
Has already responded, not just in support of defense of Israel, but that the United
Gee,
States
if I press this.
and does not support actively United States participation in action. What Israel did is exactly right. That they should keep all options on the
the table because it furthers the strategic.
Don't let this theory of non-conjoined thaumaturgic vectors throw you. It's really quite simple.
I want to read a statement that makes
Yes, that's just in line with the third. Well met, Adept. I believe I may have a task for you. New members of the lifeblood of the Mages Guild, especially for retrieval missions. I've received word about a possible store of ancient knowledge in a ruin nearby. I'd like you to the north of the city lies the ruin known as Ondar. If you please, investigate the ruin and bring back any interesting books you can find. The ruins of Ondar are a dark and dangerous place. Tread carefully, Adept. I am the master of Kenarthi, the keeper of tomes. I've come here to inspect the local Arcanist, the guild's library. I've dedicated my life to expanding our guild's knowledge. Standards must be kept. We have ears everywhere, Adept. An intelligence report fell into my hands that mentioned these tomes. We are neutral in the war for Cyrodiil, and proud of it. That doesn't mean we don't take an interest when the eyes of the Queen notice something. The intelligence arm of the Aldmeri Dominion, personally loyal to Her Majesty Queen Irene. My understanding is that many of their members used to adventure with Her Highness during her wild days.
Well, it seems like Israel has the support of a large part of the international community. I want to ask you, are you concerned?
It's always a delicious mystery cracking open a book for the first time. They could be anything from ancient recipes for stew to high arcana, even racy journals penned by elven kings.
Be concerned with a nuclear-capable Iran that back during the Biden administration, we gave $150 billion of sanction relief back to Iran, and now they're on the doorstep of nuclear capability. And that just furthers the strategic problem within the region. We know that they're a state sponsor of terrorism. We know that
I call this Shalador's legacy. The great man himself was the pioneer of
and
this
now you
technique.
add on the ultimate capability of nuclear prowess in the hands of a terrorist supporting Iran. It makes things all the more difficult, not just for us, the United States in the region, but specifically for Israel, that now has to account for the deterrent strength of a nuclear-capable Iran in the near future. General John Teicher, I have to leave it there, and I thank you for joining us. Thank you, Dan.
Ah, excellent. You got my message. Apparently that little creature isn't completely useless. Banekin can be such children. I hope you've nothing pressing. We could be here a while.
We see more protests in favor of Iran's attack. All that, straight ahead here. I'll talk to you about it.
You know, I spent a lot of time thinking about truth.
I can't be strutting around the city wearing my imperial regalia, can I? Your concern about my fashion sense is touching but irrelevant. I've called you here for a reason. If we are to determine a course of action, we need more information. By now, it should be clear your prophet emperor brought these catastrophic events upon us. Everything that transpired is his fault. Granted, Minimarco can be very persuasive and charismatic when he wants to be. We all believed him when he said we could change Varen's bloodline with the Amulet of Kings. You saved Varen's life when you rescued him in Cold Harbor. In return, he lied to you about his true identity and his part in causing the soul burst. He manipulated you from the very start. Perhaps the better question is, why don't you blame Varen? Varen wants to assemble a new group of companions in the vein of the original five. Claims it fulfills a prophecy in those wretched scrolls of his. Superstitious nonsense, but he is quite correct on one point. We need to find Sahan. In the chaos following the soul burst, Sahan stole the Amulet of Kings and fled the Imperial City. We're going to need that relic, and he is the only one who knows its current location. He was captured by Minimarco's agents and taken to an undisclosed location. We need to find out where he's being held. Minimarco keeps his most secret documents in a hidden lair of Daedric cultists deep within the ground, in the ruins of Wormroot Depths. We must travel there and search for clues. Remember, Wormroot Depths, Grogwood. I'll meet you inside. If I can endure Titanborn's inane prattle, I can survive your assuredly erudite elucidations. Proceed. Well, if you must pry, I am Chancellor to the Elder Council and Overlord of Liberty. But of all my titles, the greatest is my family name, Tharn. We are the greatest of the noble houses, with seats at the Imperial Court for countless centuries.
There is a waiting list for help. This is the waiting list. There are a lot of people on the list, yeah. There are a lot of guys working out there. Maybe too many. Think you back to dignity, your pride, your self-perseverance, based on all the dollars I'm going to have.
Politicians, a grossly inadequate word to describe our duties and our legacy. The Tharns have a storied history of advising kings and emperors that can be traced back to the first era. We understand the ebb and flow.
I'm not sure.
I like to say that Cerebral has given already started to see
my disappearance a second thought. My charming girl grew to be a ruthlessly ambitious woman. There's the rub. With my untimely defection, my family will likely be divested of its holdings. The name is probably being stricken from every document in the Imperial archives as we speak. I did on the wrong side of history. Don't sound so smug about it. This is a setback, nothing more. By allying with you, I will liberate the Empire from Menemarco's grip. The Empire is all that matters to me. I will do what I must to ensure its survival.
We've spoken with several people in the Jewish community here in Atlanta. They're describing yesterday's events as a devastating situation, especially since a lot of them have family living in Israel. Lieutenant Colonel Avital Leibovich is the Jerusalem director of the American Jewish Committee. She's in hiding in preserves and currently visiting the U.S. She says once the attacks started last night, she didn't get much sleep.
The first thing I wanted to do is basically get on a plane and fly to Israel immediately. My husband was alerted to reserves.
The system of inter-executive hermetic harmonic resonance we still use today was developed during the construction of the Crystal
But she
Tower.
says today there is a great sense of pride because 99% of the missiles and drones were shot down. We spoke to a local rabbi here in Atlanta who says he spent the night also battling with other Jewish Americans. He says they all called, texted, and FaceTimed with their family and friends in Israel all through the night.
We're lucky to live in a world that is so interconnected through technology. It was hard to be away, but also feel blessed that everybody was accounted for.
Here you can see the third law of
That 99% of the missiles that came in.
Okay.
Last night.
The rabbi told us that the Jewish community has felt isolated since the October 7th attack between Hamas and Israel. He also says that they are adamant that hostages need to come home. Well,
Indeed, Madison Scorpino, thank you.
Iran has just responded about 30 minutes ago. There are reports of drones having been fired on Israel, both Yemen and Iraq.
Can you believe what you're saying there?
The speaker of the U.S.
See.
The crowd around the attacked Israel, they applauded and cheered. So what do we make of this here at home? Those who support Iran's attack will
we see more support for the radical Islamic terrorists in Tehran. Kenarthi is with us, founder and chairman of the Brandeis Center.
Let's take you off.
Ken, what do you make of
For now.
videos, another group when
I just don't want to see him. Not yet.
activists started chanting hands off Iran. What's your reaction when you see this?
Good to be with you, Eric. I think that this is
Good.
very important to think about because these are the moments when the anti-Israel activists give up the game.
Now to test it out.
These are peace activists or human rights activists. But the fact is that they are reasoning about an escalation of war, an attack on the Jewish state. Peace activists don't praise escalations of war. Human rights activists don't support attacks on civilian populations. When you think about the timing, it reminds me of October 7th, when anti-Israel activists began protesting Israel on and on college campuses, even before the Israeli Defense Forces swung into action. That's because they are not
Good.
Israel's military. They are not
Okay.
rights. They are praising any attack on the Jewish people. That's why I would say that what we're seeing when it comes to the organized anti-Zionist movement cannot be understood as anything other than an organized hatred or anti-Semitism organization.
Okay.
I can understand support for the Palestinian cause and for the Palestinian people for a two-state solution. But in this case, it seems to go still far beyond that. Do you think the reporting on some of these demonstrations in the U.S.
The lady.
rallies, pro-Palestinian demonstrations, do you think that is appropriate and or correct reporting?
The enchanted boat. Okay, there's the boat.
Pro-radical Islamic terrorists protests within the call for wiping out Israel?
If these groups were truly pro-Palestinian, they would want to support things that help the Palestinian people, not just actions that attack the state of Israel. Earlier this afternoon, I was walking through the college campus in Rest, and I saw a protest.
Just take care of it one quest at a time.
To have a moment of silence for, quote-unquote, the martyrs of October 7th. They were being led by someone who's a mere greater than mine.
Fucking map, I gotta move.
They were not being asked for a moment of silence for the victims of October 7th, not for the Israelis who were murdered, not for the women who were raped, not for the people who were tortured, not for the hostages who are still being held all of these months later, but rather for the perpetrators, some of whom died in action. This is the people for whom they are giving
Combat.
and
Targeting. Camera.
this is pro-hate.
Interface. Minimap.
I really don't think that what is happening now can be understood in terms either of a response to a particular Israeli action with respect to Gaza, or even with respect to Israel's history of defending itself and taking various actions with respect to the Palestinians. What we're seeing is the resurgence of an age-old hatred, which is showing its ugly face anytime one sees the Jewish state or the Jewish people entering the news in a prominent way. This is something that I've seen to some extent over the last 20 years, which is the following. Anytime Jews are attacked, including attacks on the state of Israel, there is a lethal response and usually an uptick on anti-Semitism on college campuses. And it's important to think about it because it is so brutal. It's not just when Israel takes some sort of military action to protect its people. It's when there is an attack on Israel. So that's why I would say that
User interface.
it really gives us a moment of insight or clarity. But what we're seeing now is not a protest against Israel actions, but really an explosion of hate that is triggered by attacks on the Jewish state.
F5 is the housing panel.
To see more pro-Iranian protests in the coming weeks. Ken Marcus, the Brandeis Center for Human Rights. Ken, thank you for joining us this afternoon.
Good being with you.
Right,
Yeah, Eric, we're keeping a close eye on developments in the Middle East, of course, and of course at the United Nations, we will bring you updates as they come in. Meantime, border officials are sounding the alarm about the number of gotaways who are slipping into our country. A live report from El Paso, Texas is coming up next.
Inventory in sight.
Ketoacidosis that may be fatal, dehydration, urinary tract or genital yeast infections, and low blood sugar. Hunger, life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop taking Farxiga and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this infection, an allergic reaction, or ketoacidosis.
That's excellent.
The dramatic rising cost of living has caused many people to abandon their pets. Those pets often end up in shelters that you guys after just a few days. But we're better than that, my friends. I'm John Auridon. And I invite you to support Puppy Food Bank with a $15 a month.
Okay.
You support Puppy Food Bank. It should have food for rescue shelters. Pet food.
I gotta do my writs. Where's the board? Here it is.
We're here with Chris Cunningham on local meat filter. So, Chris, tell us how meat filter is different from every other beverage brand on the market.
The meat filter's patented filter technology.
Okay, there's 3. Where's the other ones? 6 total, I think. 7 with jewelry. Here they are.
That's amazing, Chris. Tell me about the process.
Simple and easy. Just give us a call, set up an appointment. We'll come out and give you a free gutter inspection. If they're sagging, we'll repair them. If they're broken, we'll replace them. If they're in good shape, our local team will install meat filter as little as a few hours.
Wow, and I understand you guys have a lifetime no-pause guarantee.
We do.
Okay.
No pause guarantee.
You know, that's just mine and that's up. So, how do people sign up?
To schedule your free inspection, call 833 Meat Filter today. Our agents are standing by. Or visit meatfilter.com.
These politicians can never agree.
Oh, you don't always agree. You're into politics. It stresses me out.
You say art, I say food.
I see luxury. Spending.
Normal iron great sword.
At least we'd be comfortable disagreeing.
Normal.
Sakura, luxury mattresses made affordable.
Normal iron great sword.
It makes me feel great. I'm gonna be glad that they pay people to say that stuff. And then I tried it.
Normal iron sabatons.
It really was the game changer. I'm serious. It worked.
Here they are.
Go to balanceacre.com and get 35%
Iron. High elf. We're gonna have to buy more of these soon.
by using discount code FOXNews.
Craft.
When you buy or sell your car,
Normal iron gauntlets.
you might begin to wonder, what if you could do things your way
Craft.
all the time?
Okay. Go back. Deconstruct what I don't need.
Can you hear it? It's the whole national real weakness, and you don't want this side.
Back. Apparel. Let's start with weapons.
The 39-hour southern border agents in the El Paso sector are reporting a spike in the number
Great
of
sword.
illegal crossing. That area is also seeing an increase in the known gotaways. Senior correspondent Mike Tobin, live now in El Paso, Texas, with the very latest from there. Hey, Mike.
Hi there, Eric. When we talk about the human smugglers operating up
Research it.
and I can show you right now live pictures. There's a group on the mountaintop there with the binoculars. And these are this is a pretty typical example of the group of scouts that work.
Back.
We were up in there yesterday and we saw them at work really all day long. Our vantage point, there were 2
Holding station. First, let's deconstruct all my shit I don't need. Okay. And
All at once, cars pulled into a parking lot at the base of the mountain. Where young men came down the mountain, they piled into cars, and agents and officers who work the border say this is a pretty typical example of the cartels at work.
These criminal organizations control vast swaths of territory, smuggling routes, and human trafficking networks. The migrants seeking to cross illegally often fall prey to these cartels facing extortion, kidnapping, and even death. The lucrative nature of human trafficking incentives incentivizes cartels to exploit vulnerable individuals, subjecting them to inhumane conditions on both sides of the border.
These individuals were trying to join the ranks of the gotaways, the people who never checked in or engaged in legal process. But CBP was onto them. At least some of them were apprehended. The El Paso sector ranks third on the southern border for apprehensions with about 1,000 per day. But it leads the nation with gotaways with about 50.
Normal homespun shoes.
Eric, back to you. It's amazing that it's so blatant immigration right there, Mike. Thank you. Well, up next, it's like the Oscars. They got big names and it's in LA. The unique gala. Right here on Fox News Live. When artists was the purple tax.
One hat.
Salami barbecue sidekick count. I guarantee for maximum refund. Into a triple tax. Can Sugar Ray Leonard do everyday tasks wearing boxing gloves? And not putting on his new March Fit Skechers slip-ins. You just step in and go with comfort that will knock you out. Try new March Fit Skechers slip-ins.
Alchemy.
Here at the HB Scoop, help fuel today with Roost type protein. The nutrition you need.
Armory.
So used to now.
There's the alchemy pit. Preferably Glyph of Health with Ta.
New from Realty.com. Realty maps now feature precise heat, wind, and air quality ratings on every home listing. Trust the #1 app real estate professionals trust. Download the Realtor.com app today.
With Carousel My Kite Patches, she's improving the look of her fungus damaged nail while she sleeps.
Only Carousel patches work for up to 8 hours to reduce discoloration and thickness.
Now that's what I call beauty sleep.
Carousel nighttime patches. We got you covered.
From prepping their stuff to shining their coats. When people switch their dog foods to farmer's dog, the effects can seem like magic. But there's no magic involved. It's just smarter, healthier pets.
Iran attacks as Israel assesses their response. Get reports from the ground and live coverage. Stay with Fox News Channel. America is watching.
Excellent. Okay. It's a good spot. We'll take a pause for the cause, guys. I gotta take my dog out anyways. I'll be right back here. Recording again, so don't worry about it. Let's see. Alright. Peace out.
So I was able to relate and find somewhere where I could fit in. Thanks to your support of United Way.